Welcome to the Geek Static. This is a Star Wars Expanded Universe book review of Labyrinth of Evil. Star Wars Labyrinth of Evil was written by James Luceno. This expanded universe tale takes place during the Clone Wars in the Rise of the Empire era, 19 years before the Battle of Yavin. Now this book serves as a direct prequel to Revenge of the Sith. Now before I get into my overall thoughts, here is a brief summary. Newt Gunray of the Trade Federation escapes from Cato Nemoidia with Kenobi and Skywalker on his heels. Gunray realizes too late that one of his possessions was left behind, the Mechno Chair. Now this device was used to communicate with Darth Sidious and other Separatist leaders, not the type of thing that you'd want your enemies to get a hold of. Republic intelligence breaks down the device and intercepts the next target of General Grievous. The arrival of the Republic forces disrupts the Separatist move. This discovery also gives the Jedi a lead on uncovering the mystery of who the Sith really is. Mace Windu, a team of Jedi, and clone troopers are hot on the trail of the Sith. This pushes Darth Sidious to accelerate the objective of conquering the Republic. General Grievous and Darth Tyrannus, or Count Dooku, whichever one you'd prefer, follow the instructions and attack Coruscant and abduct Chancellor Palpatine. Now, before I get into my overall thoughts, comment down below your thoughts of this book. Oh my, this book is fantastic. Everything we get with Yoda, Mace Windu, the Dude Bros, Anakin and Obi-Wan, and Palpatine is solid gold. General Grievous, one of my least favorite characters, but James Luceno kind of changes that, bumps him up a few notches. This book gives backstory, motivation, and a reason to appreciate Grievous, something that we didn't get in Revenge of the Sith. I would say James Luceno's writing style is top tier. It is superb. It would be easy to write a crap story that leads right into Revenge of the Sith with a cheap plot and no character depth, but no. With James Luceno, we get excellent dialogue and a story that keeps the reader on their toes or at the edge of their seat. Who reads standing up? This story ties in so well to the Tartakovsky Clone Wars. I don't think I said his name right, but it's like the original Clone Wars cartoon, not the Dave Filoni stuff, like the original Clone Wars that came out before Revenge of the Sith. This book ties in so well to that, and there's parts in here that kind of turn into a novelization for the Clone Wars cartoon. The EU has some great stories, like the Crystal Star. Some that are okay, and some that are pretty rancid, like the Crystal Star. Folks, this book right here contains like the bones of Star Wars, the real solid storytelling that is like part of the foundation of what makes Star Wars so awesome and whole. The Darth Bane trilogy, Outbound Flight, Darth Plagueis, the Crystal Star, and Cloak of Deception. Those are like the bones to me of what makes Star Wars so freaking cool in the expanded universe. I love that we get to see Anakin tap into some new Force abilities. He's really way too powerful for his own good. So, something that I wanted to talk about as well. Yoda and Chancellor Palpatine talking about Darth Sidious and how the Jedi are hunting him down. Palpatine is such a master of the dark side of the Force. I mean, obviously, we see what he does in Revenge of the Sith and, you know, the rest of the movies, but I really believe that he's way more powerful than Yoda. I couldn't help but think of Christianity in their discussion. It's like a believer full of the Spirit can recognize the demonic, like they can sense when dark spirits are around. Yoda, who's supposed to be the most powerful Jedi like ever, couldn't recognize the darkness when it was right in front of his face. He's talking to him about Sidious, and it's the deception was so real and powerful. I mean, maybe Yoda just wasn't tapping into the living force that Qui-Gon Jinn was always obsessed about. I always think like of living force as kind of like the Holy Spirit in Star Wars, but I couldn't help but think of that, and let me know if that sounds crazy or not. Do I recommend that you pick up and read Star Wars Labyrinth of Evil? Even though we know what happens in Revenge of the Sith, you know, and what happens to the characters, I will say, yes, this is a very exciting story. It's like one that just gets me excited to read Star Wars in the expanded universe. So for the rating, I will give Labyrinth of Evil an A+.